Welcome to Reality After Show, The Challenge, Ride or Dies, Episode 5. It's Matt Bischoff. I used to have a long beard, but now I don't. I got a little teeny beard. People make fun of it when I go to the grocery store. I got a bunch of tattoos, and I don't look as good as Jonny Fairplay in a Speedo.
Oh, I'm lying. It's really Jonny Fairplay, but I heard Matt last night with you, Alex Trias.
Hey, all I can say is I had no part in it.
Smart. Welcome to Reality After Show. I'm Jonny Fairplay. That's Alex Trias. We're talking The Challenge, Ride or Dies, Episode 5. And holy moly, anyone that called Fessy messy, I feel you owe Fessy an apology because we saw the messiest anything of anything in the history of The Challenge ever, I think.
It was a weird episode. I feel bad because I sort of want to use this episode as like rehab for Michelle. I'm gonna find a way to blame Jay for all of it, and we'll move forward.
Okay, fair enough. My day started yesterday. I of course I had the big show last night in Durham, North Carolina, Dirty Bull Brewery. Thank you so much. I'm rocking Dirty Bull attire for everyone. And they were awesome. There was over 90 people in that room.
That's awesome.
It was insane. We had Church Boy Keith showed up from Edge of Extinction. We had Wes Harper from Naked and Afraid, and Wes was like, "Wow, you're either a Naked and Afraid fan or a Survivor fan. You're not both." So Adam Gentry came by. He's had his issues. He's doing awesome. It was so great seeing him. Of course, the Queen was there, and there may have been a couple secret surprise guests, and everyone had a blast. But prior to me going to Durham, I'm on Twitter when I wake up and I see Michelle Fitzgerald had tweeted yesterday morning. I'm trying to find my reply, of course.
Oh, I missed your reply because I went through those tweets.
Oh yeah, so she tweeted, of course. Hey, if you're looking to buy records on eBay, check out my Twitter at Jonny Fairplay. Any record tweets. So tweets and replies. Sorry, folks. I did not think it would be.
It's okay. To everyone else, just pretend this is like Laurel during a deliberation.
Oh, there you go. So Michelle started her day yesterday. Said, having a tough day, so I just wanted to take a moment to say it's going to be okay if you're feeling this way too. And I replied, "You're awesome." And I was just like, "Oh no, is this the Michelle and Jay boot episode?" And then I'm watching. They win the daily, and I'm just like, "What can go wrong?" And we will discuss everything that can go wrong.
Well, the first thing that went wrong this season, they decided no previously ons.
No,
we're just jumping in.
Yeah, like I sat there with the remote, like rewinding like 4 times because I was like, "Oh, obviously it skipped ahead to like later in the show."
Trust me, I did not rewind back because my DVR always picks it up because when it hits 8 o'clock. They're still showing the end of Ridiculousness.
Oh, there you go. See, I did not, shockingly.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, F off.
For the first time in a long time, I did not get the last 4 seconds of Ridiculousness, which I was happy. So, but I will not say anything bad about Ridiculousness because Rob Dyrdek got his panties in a bunch. Last time I said something mean on Twitter, and I've apologized, but I don't think it matters. He's still mad at me.
I mean, I can say it then. I'm a nobody.
Yeah, please do. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he sucks.
Fantasy
Factory was good.
See, I didn't like Fantasy Factory. I loved Robin. Like, I wish I had a friend. I mean, I guess that friendship ended badly. But watching the show, I was like, I wish I had a friendship like Robin Big, especially with the mini horse. I'm just like, oh my God.
True. Robin Big was a good one.
Yeah. So Fantasy Factory compared to Robin Big, I'm just like,
right. It's a downgrade.
But then Ridiculousness, I was just like, who asked for another Tosh?
Who asked for another America's Funniest Home Videos? Except the clue is none of the videos are funny.
Ooh, well, and Chanel West Coast. Oh, she's cute. But wow, does she add literally nothing to anything?
She's there. But you can make a case that's ridiculousness.
It is ridiculousness that the show was made.
Yeah. What value is it adding except that it's just cheap and they probably have made 10,000 episodes of it?
Oh, well, they had to have. I mean, it's on 25 out of 24 hours a day. So anyway.
Right. Yeah.
All right. So we jump right in, and I'm just like, okay, thank you for wasting 5 minutes of my life pressing rewind and then watching the Sling TV pre-programmed commercials for 5 minutes twice. So that was wonderful. And just don't get me started. I had no time today for anything. And so to add 5 minutes there, which that's why we're late. Anyway, so Colleen explains that the entire house is proud of Kim and Colleen. And I'm like,
they are. They're
they?
so proud. They're so proud of their great win at, honestly, a type of level of competition I would expect from the Zone.
Oh, well, we will get to the Zone later. And hopefully Lennox Lewis will be there.
I'm hoping because they've used Kevin Hart so much. We needed a change of pace.
Yes, we got Lennox Lewis and Buster Douglas. They're wacky. They're just saying funny stuff, and one of them has hair and one of them doesn't. So, but I think Lennox Lewis's hairline keeps going back. I may be mistaken. So, I of course have a wig, according to Hillbillies in North Carolina.
You do have a wig. It's confirmed.
Yes. Some idiot on on something said nice wig, and I'm just like, you're obviously a hillbilly child from North Carolina, but I don't know if he was in on the joke or not, just being mean. Anyway, so Michelle realizes that her and Jay are next after the rookies. I'm like, okay,
yep, it's smart, it's true.
That you have figured that out. You are correct. Please remember this intel later in the episode. Okay.
They remember it. They remember it. But like, and we'll get to that. That's a whole different discussion.
Oh my God. There's so much to do. Like, this might be the most dissectable episode in the history of the challenge.
Oh yeah. For a while now.
So, all right. So we have a pool party with fake White Claws.
Yes.
We do not see the brand that they're drinking, so they obviously didn't pony up the money like Burger King did.
Oh my God. Could you give me a less enthusiastic there's no better alliance in challenge history than the challenge and Burger King sponsoring them.
Well,
but I'm like
T-Mobile Sidekick.
True. And Razor Scooter.
Razor Scooter. And number 3, Burger King.
Yes.
But
Burger King, third.
But Burger King has stood the test of time, whereas the Sidekick and the Razor Scooter have not.
I just feel like if you're going to be partnered up with a fast food place, I feel like there's better options.
Well, Burger King does have the Impossible Burger, which Fessy was quick to grab. Fessel, I apologize.
Well, I've heard many people who've had the Impossible Burger and they say it's impossible to eat, so I get it.
It's horrible. Have you tried one?
I have not had Burger King since college, and that was only because it was a Burger King school.
Oh, I got one for Big Tom.
So
for those of you that they're just challenge people and don't know Survivor, Big Tom is he's a farmer. He's a cattle ranch farmer in Virginia, and so he tried one. He goes, "This is horseshit." he was so upset that it existed. Not that he had it, not that he had it in his mouth and hated it, but just that it existed on the planet. He was like, "Why? This is so." And I too, because I tried to eat healthy.
Yeah,
and I was just like, all right, let me get. And I was just like, this is so not good.
But here's my thing about healthy and sure. But when you're going to a fast food place, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fast food. Even if I went to fast food and I'm going to order a salad. That salad's 1,500 calories.
Yes, it's not a real, it's
not
a salad.
Be true to yourself.
Yeah.
Some things, you know what? If you're going to label it impossible, maybe we should keep it that way.
Yeah. So, no, I'd like to give you a homework assignment. Please try the Impossible Burger for the next week and tell me how horrible it is.
I don't want to.
I'm sure
I'm gonna give you a do not submit.
I'm sure if you get get the Burger King app, it's probably 50 cents.
No, there's a Burger King that's less than 2 minutes from my house. I just have never entered it.
All right, well, Give it a try. I tried it. It's horrible. So maybe you don't. Anyway.
Ugh.
All right. So we see here.
we this is where we are seeing like more of the connections.
Oh, I'm for the connections.
And you know what? Laurel's been cooped up in vet school for like 3 years now. She deserves a pool party with some fake White Claws.
She does. She's not
interesting.
coming across as likable as I
Well,
was hoping she would. Maybe
that's-
it's because of it's probably because of my friendship with Michelle.
I think that's a big part of it because like this is Laurel, like, and that's why that's the internet loves Laurel because she's just this person who can dominate, like just walks into any given challenge because she's been here since the first Fresh Meat season, but she hasn't done like double-digit challenges.
Yeah.
I think she's only done like 7 at this point, 7 or 8. But it's like you just walk in there. She has just this athletic build of her that she can just walk in, beats that competition. You know, if she gets to a final, she has a very good chance of winning. I've always felt her social game is crap, but
Didn't we see her on one of the All Stars though?
We have not seen her on All Stars.
Okay. So when's the last time we saw her?
Last time we saw her, she was in one of the War of the Worlds, so it's before we started covering.
Okay.
And
so
she had a
I
controversial exit from an elimination.
Okay. I mean, because I remember her from back in the day, but I feel like the last time I saw her that I liked her. And as I said, it's
Probably free agents.
Yeah, but it's probably just because I'm friends with Michelle and spoiler alert. Sorry, Michelle, you were horrible reading the room. She does not like you.
I mean, that was always her problem. She felt she didn't like her.
I know, but
you know what? Michelle just made sure that Laurel didn't like her.
Oh no. Wait. Once again, we'll get there. But back to the relationships in the pool.
Yeah.
Right,
so we get more of Nelson and Olivia, and obviously, we have to have relationship expert Fessy or Fessel
Yes.
give us the laydown. Like they're perfect for each other because Nelson's an idiot, but Olivia sort of just lets him be an idiot.
Yeah. And we had it was I don't remember if it was here or right before the challenge. At some point, Nelson does a confessional, and I feel like he talks to the viewer like he talked to me when because I was excited to meet Nelson at Hearts Reality, and he was just like, yeah, keep watching the show. Maybe you'll maybe something crazy. You never know what's gonna. And I'm just like, are you talking to me like I'm 4? And his tone and delivery on the confessional, I think it was right around here. I'm just like, that's the guy I met.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's like on purpose or just who he is.
I don't know. So because I felt like watching him interact over the weekend that was not him 100% of the time, and he may just have no clue who I am and was just like, hey, you're probably stupid. Let me talk to you like you're stupid.
Well, to be fair, he grew up on the challenge. I'm pretty sure that probably was the only thing he watched.
Probably. Yeah, I mean, like Wes said last night, you're either a Naked and Afraid fan or you're a Survivor fan. You're potentially,
Right.
A challenge fan or you're a Survivor fan. So, we happen to cover it all. Well, not actually. I guess I do cover Naked and Afraid. So,
You do.
I cover it all. But Mariah is down for bananas, but her mom said he's a snaky snake.
Honestly, this just made me laugh. It's like it's gonna be like this harmless thing that has no context to the story whatsoever, but it's just like throwing it in there.
So bananas is single?
Yeah.
Oh, you would think he could have found someone by now.
Well, he was with someone for a while, then alleged cheating happened, and now they're
Okay.
not together.
Okay. We don't know who.
I don't know. Some people, maybe some people just like to be single.
Some people do. I don't know. I just feel like how old is Bananas? Like I feel
He's
like
in his late 30s.
Yeah, I feel like he's old enough to he could have. I mean, because Wes found someone.
And to be clear, people, not Naked and Afraid Wes we're talking about. We're talking about Challenge Wes.
Yeah, I like Wes. Like, the more I see of Wes, the more I like Wes.
Oh, for sure.
So, because like the little after the challenge reunion type thing that he kind of
right
filmed in his house. Like, I thought that was so cool. Like, just going above and beyond, and because like
He cares.
he does, and I think I want to think that Bananas cares too, because I feel like we're getting that vibe. So it may
Yeah.
be fake, but I don't think it's fake. I think it's genuine.
He wouldn't. Yes, it's a guaranteed paycheck if ever they asked him and he felt like wanting to do it. But I don't think I think he truly identifies himself as like sort of similar as what's like the challenge is a part of me as much as I'm a part of the challenge.
Yep.
I want to see it continue to do well.
Yeah, and me being here helps it do well.
And I think that's a big reason why he's here this season. Is they were like, we need some like star power. We need someone that the OG fans can like, even if they hate him, they'll watch because they hate him.
Yeah,
type of thing.
So I mean, like I remember liking him back in the day, but I mean, once again, like I've hung out with Cara Maria, several times over my life, and I mean, to me, she's always been just one of the sweetest people I've ever met. So and then like Sarah, she's a sweet. So just see like so it
and once he starts screwing over your friends, then you're sort of just like, well, he screwed over my friends. I don't like him.
Yeah, like
and that's fair. That's the challenge.
But I feel like you can screw like. I feel that there's a diplomatic way to screw over your friends.
Oh yeah.
So and who am I to throw stones?
So Johnny, you're telling me you wouldn't go into that house and then like awkwardly sit on the bed next to Bananas, be like, so do you not like me or something? Like, are we good? Like, where's your head at?
Yeah. I'm not sure if I would add that. I think if I had that conversation, there would be a lot of winks to the camera. And I think Bananas would also be winking at the camera.
Well, maybe he should have gave Laurel some pointers there, because all we got from Laurel's.
I think that was her version of a wink. I don't think Michelle winked.
No.
so yeah. Darrell is ready to make some power moves after a win because they don't know anybody. And I'm just like, hasn't Darrell done like 80 challenges?
Yeah, but I actually do think this is an issue of them being like the last team to show up and them being like OG. Like, it's different. Like, they haven't been on the last handful of seasons. They're
Darrell
not the Vacation Alliance. He hasn't been on for a few. He's been on All Stars, baby.
Okay.
But I just think it's different. It's not like they're not friends with them, but it's like you haven't been doing the main show with these core veterans. So you're automatically going to be like, yes, we're veterans. They're not going to like actively attack us, but we're at the bottom. It's clear that we're going to be at the bottom.
Do you think if Darrell has pretty much any other, if he has a recent female partner,
he's chilling.
He's in the mix with all those guys.
Yeah, so I think as long as he's not with like out of the people there, like if she was, as long as he isn't like with Amber, I think he's fine.
Yeah,
like there's so many people that they could have like paired him with that you would be like, oh, he's chilling. He can sit back, do his challenges, wait for an elimination that will inevitably come.
Yeah,
and chill.
So all right, so next we see it's the emo party, and prior to the emo party, we see Jack and James working on an emo song, and then I see Bananas brought his guitar. Yes. Now, I don't know about you, but whenever I go to a party or any kind of social event of any kind, and there's a guy with a guitar, I A, want to break the guitar, and B, if I can get away with it, punch them in the face as hard as I can. Is that not how you do it?
No, that's not exactly how I do it. I do envision breaking a guitar one day.
Yeah. Do you have a guitar? You're not that guy, are you?
I'm not that guy.
I couldn't imagine you being that guy. Like, I mean, like Matt Bischoff's a musician and he's not bringing a guitar.
No, he'll bring his DJ equipment.
Well, no, it's very
But
heavy.
his son has to come with him, and he will just MC.
He will only MC.
For
Yeah,
more
it's Matt.
information, follow the Q&A, folks.
Yes. Oh, yeah, become a patron. Realitypatron.com. Lots of inside jokes that you will not get if you're not a patron. So, yeah. So, are you okay with the guitar guy at a social event?
I think it really depends on the guy
Nope.
itself.
I don't think so.
I'll be honest. So, like, most times, the only time I've been at an event that had a guitar, it would be if there was a live band.
Yeah,
It's
no,
so
no, no.
different.
I'm not
It's
talking about.
different.
I got no problem. Like I go. See
No,
live
but
music.
it's like if I see someone, like if I was in college and I saw someone on like just out there with the guitar, like in like a public space, I'm like, I'm gonna just walk past.
Well, beyond like a part, like you go to a
Like
party.
go to a party.
You go to a party
It's
and
like
some guy breaks out a guitar. You're like, I'm just like, no. Like which like.
I would just be like, dude, that's not gonna get you laid.
Yeah, I mean, because like I went to my friend's like a couple years ago. Like he was just like, "Hey, having some people over. You know, we're just gonna hang out by the bonfire. You know, there's a bunch of people hanging out. You know, smoking weed, whatever." And I was like, "All right, you know, sounds like fun." And you know, we're all hanging out, and everything's fun. Like you know, and they're playing music. You know, and it's enjoyable. And he was
Right.
like, "Hey guys, be right back." And he comes out with the guitar, and I'm just like, "Why?" Like, I mean, because like, did you not realize everyone was having fun prior?
It's that thing where it's like you want it, I feel like a lot of people who bring an instrument to a party, it's like they have this thing where they need to have a moment where it's all about them.
Yeah.
Type of
Oh,
thing.
that's exactly.
But
what it's
like
about.
but that, you know, I'm not gonna bash reality contestants of like wanting something to be about them.
Well, I mean
that's
is,
sort of their gimmick.
yeah, that's their MO. So, but I loathe the person with the guitar.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no, I mean, once again, I love music. I was in a band in college, and we did well,
Mhm.
but like we didn't have people like we didn't have like jam session people like if like you wanted to see it's just like hey like you know we want to see you guys play. It's like great. We're gonna be at Pedro's on Thursday and Top of the Stairs on Friday. Come check us out. I think it's a $5 cover.
Well, you can't pay me a little something now?
Nope,
You know?
sure can't.
Okay then.
Yeah.
I will not be there.
Oh, well, I mean,
Oh well.
great. Guess what?
Yeah.
We get paid either way.
Yeah. But once again, this is a very weird like theme for Jay this season. It's like he keeps making friends with people that he knows he'll if like will either have to put in order to protect himself or betray in some way or have the opportunity to betray.
Oh yeah. So
Poor dude
yeah, I
just
mean,
wants to have some friends.
oh yeah. Well, I mean, so the emo party. Did you catch the name of the song?
I tried typing it out, but I did not go back to actually.
Yeah. Did
Like,
spell check destroy
yeah.
what you tried to type out?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it
think
was like what and they were called like Chinese Takeout or
the
whatever.
Chinese Takeout was the name of the band. It's
That's what I got.
It's Jack and Jay, and they have an emo song. And some of the outfits were better than others.
Yes.
I thought Devin killed it. Like,
Oh yeah, they went all out for Devin.
yeah, Devin owned it. I thought Jay, his outfit was great.
Yeah.
Did not understand Jack's troll look. I don't feel that was emo, but maybe troll was an emo type thing.
Maybe he feels like he's already emo, so he had to go like anti-emo for
To
emo
be
night.
yeah, maybe.
No.
Veronica did not understand the assignment.
No, she did not.
Bronzer doesn't like
This isn't the Jersey Shore party.
yeah, Shorty V. Emo don't have tans.
No, the exact opposite.
Yeah.
In fact.
Yeah. So and they don't like color. They like black.
Yes. Black and pale skin.
Yeah, that's the that's the definition of emo
Right.
by definition.
And then you just have like Darrell. He's like, apparently you had to wear black, wear like a weird ass earring. So I'm just gonna go with it.
Like I love Darrell attempting to fit in, and I'm just like, you're Darrell. How are you not like?
It's Darrell in his Steve Buscemi moment.
Oh yes. But like if I'm there in the house and Darrell's like, "Are we good?" I'm like, "Yes, you're
Yeah.
Darrell. You're fine, man."
I'm like, Darrell, you just exist. You're fine.
yeah,
You don't need to dress up. You're Darrell.
yeah.
Okay?
There's no drama. I feel that what he says, you can believe.
Yeah, and we get some random shots of Casey and Kenny. That's all we see of them in this episode, really. Like, they've gone back and gotten nothing.
Yeah, I mean, because we're not even seeing Casey and Nani.
No, we're not seeing Nani. Well, except for the next time on where she's bucking at the camera
Yeah,
for some reason.
I don't know. So we get the song and the song's fine. So
Yeah.
because like if you follow Jay on Instagram and TikTok, he has a lot of fun singing and being creative. And
Yeah,
I
it
think
was just a goofy thing. They weren't being serious with it. They're just like, oh, let's just do stuff.
yeah,
We're friends now. We're bros.
yeah.
Nothing will tear us apart.
Nothing. I
And-
would say it played. Nothing will tear us apart.
You know what? This was a classic. They brought a classic challenge episode for us because it's our favorite thing. Challenge editing,
Oh yeah.
where they're like, we're gonna tell you a full story within 90 minutes of a friendship created and destroyed
Yes.
within 3 days.
Yeah. Like I don't know if you're aware of this, but Jack and Jay are best friends. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, well, they are, and
Oh.
we will show that to the fullest, and we will also show them become bitter enemies. That one of them will pee on the other one's grave.
I will say by the end of this episode, like before the elimination, and we'll get to the specific quote, but there's a certain line that Jack said that made me like, okay, I'm bought in. I'm bought in. Jack can be here all the time now.
Oh yeah. So I'm for Jack. Once again, though,
I don't think he's the best competitor, but I think he's a good. Like, he has that good potential of being a good reality person. You know?
Yeah, no, and I love the pairing of like him and Laurel.
Oh yeah, they're. You can actually tell that they would be ride or dies of each other. Like that this is a legitimate group.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, they didn't meet. It's not Nam and what's her name?
I'm not even gonna pretend like I know it.
as Nam referred to her,
German girl.
his longtime friend. What's her name?
She's German.
Hey.
Apparently, he just filmed another show, like a Netflix show in like Mexico or something.
Oh, great.
And he did not get DQ'd.
Well,
For whatever it's worth, because this may not be a show where you can get DQ'd.
you don't know that he didn't get DQ'd.
I hope they aren't tricking me because I'm tempted to watch to see if he does.
Is it Love Is Blind?
I don't know. I haven't heard much. I want to look into it now.
Are both people blind on Love Is Blind?
Maybe half. It's like, yeah, they become whole to be able to see.
I don't know. I've never seen it. Supposedly it's good.
Apparently, a lot of drama,
Yeah.
which means it's probably good.
Yeah. All right. So there's a lot of drama, a lot of shows I don't want to see, but
That's true.
yeah. So, oh my God. Yesterday I squeezed in like if I didn't have enough going on, I squeezed in Andor. Whew,
Mhm.
lost my mind. I like literally 10 minutes standing up, jumping up and down.
No spoilers because I'm just starting to catch up on Andor. Just finished episode 4 last night.
Okay. Well, the episode was at 10 is
Mhm.
the greatest 40 minutes.
Well, I was
in the
seeing the
last 10
reaction, and a
last
lot
10
of people
years.
like, why isn't Andor getting enough love here? Like that was amazing.
Because it's a
without
lot.
spoilers, yeah.
It's a lot of slow build.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
Like the first 3 episodes, it was definitely like a slow build, but by like the 3rd episode, you were just like,
Yeah,
in it.
well, it's 3 arcs. So the first 3 episodes are an arc, so that
Right.
culminates on episode 3, which is amazing. And then 4 through 6 is an arc culminating in episode 6. 7 is a standalone episode, and then 7, 8, or
8, 9, and 10. Then
8, 9, and 10 are the next arc, and then 11 and 12 are the 2-part finale.
ooh, nice.
So
Nice.
it's very uniquely done. And at 10, the best 40 minutes of Star Wars in 10 years.
Looks like I have stuff to watch this next 24 hours.
Yeah. I literally was standing up, jumping up and down for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I will send you my reactions when I get to that episode.
I'm ready for it. Just send me a video of you jumping up and down. Like, go, you can film it now. It doesn't even matter. Hey,
Wait, let me buy a guitar first.
oh, wait, will you sing a song about it?
Yeah, I'm I'll need a different name than Chinese takeout though. We're called DoorDash.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Patent pending.
Yeah, patent pending. Yeah.
Patent pending.
But it's with like an extra O.
Oh, okay. Door.
Yeah,
Or with the
DoorDash.
little the 2 dots above
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Just DOR with the 2 dots.
Yeah, it's German.
It's emo.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
German emo.
Oh wow. Oh, Nam would love
Colleen and Kim are very into it.
it. and
And
Nam and the German
what's
girl.
her name?
What's her name? Sorry, I forgot her name. All right. Oh, I'm so mad. I forgot my scarf. Anyway, so Amber and Michelle share a room, and Michelle is worried about Laurel, and Amber's just like, that's just Michelle paranoia.
I mean, I feel like if you're any girl in this house, you should be worried about Laurel.
But Michelle should be like, Laurel does not like Michelle.
Right. But like that's why it's so weird, because they make it come across as if like Michelle should be paranoid that Laurel doesn't like her, but we're not getting like any background as to like what led up to these thoughts happening. So they're like trying to like they try to use this episode to be like, oh, Michelle's just crazy.
Yeah, and it's just
like, oh, Laurel's 100% in the right. She did nothing wrong, but now she has a reason to not like Michelle. When it's like, no, like Laurel's gonna be like, she either rocks with you or she doesn't, and she has connections already with people.
Yeah, she's just like, she goes, these guys are like, they're next up to the rookies. I'm not going to waste my time.
Right, which isn't the best strategy, I'll say. But Laurel, that's not her strong point.
Yeah.
Her strong point is, well, if you go at me, I'm just going to win an elimination and then eat your face.
Yeah. So, all right. So, it's time for the daily, and TJ has a big scarf, and I so wanted to wear my big scarf for this part of the episode, but I've just been running around like crazy, so I apologize.
It's okay, as long as it's just the scarf and not the full agent look.
Yeah. It was an oversized scarf. But this is the Burger King Royal Relay Challenge, $5,000 daily. Each.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's specific. It's not $5,000, but it's actually split twice. But it's actually split from all your winnings throughout the season.
Oh, so no, it actually is. And Nani's excited because she doesn't really like Burger King, but she pretends to, and she says she can be queen for the day. And she just really wanted to say the line, I can be queen for the day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Burger Queen. To be honest though, that will not happen for her.
No, she will not be queen for the day.
She may have built up some more muscle, but I will say with the channel, so we'll get into it. It's called Royal Relay. Essentially, it's just a relay race where each partner has to swim to grab a piece of the crown, and then each individually row the boat. It's a weird long boat type of thing, very low also, to get the other two pieces.
Nearly impossible to submerge.
Nearly impossible to submerge, but
almost
don't worry.
Like the Impossible Burger.
Yeah, unless you and Chauncey must have had that before competing. He cheated, found some of the food that they had hidden in catering before for the production team. He's like, "Oh, let me have this before I go out."
And submerge the boat that is nearly unsubmerged.
Right. So they're in 2 heats. Fastest team overall that completes the crown wins. So first heat, we have Nerys and Nelson, Laurel and Jack, Amber and Chauncey, Anissa and Jordan, Olivia and Horatio, Jay and Michelle. Jay and Michelle, very impressive throughout this challenge. But goes without saying, what the hell can Jordan not do?
I'm sitting there, I'm watching him swim. I'm just like, okay, well, that's not. I mean,
that's like, you don't like, it helps to have the hand, but like, we've seen him swim.
Yeah, but it is working against him, and he's just like, only in your mind, not mine. And I'm like, good on you, Jordan. I love Jordan.
I always, when he first came on, the first thing I remember thinking to myself before you actually learn more of his backstory was like, why doesn't he use like a prosthetic at all? And then like we find out why, he's like, no, like that shows weakness. That I don't want. That shows that this is an imperfection. That's not what I'm about.
Yeah.
And then you're just like so inspired by how he goes about his business on these shows. And it's like he's rowing with not even like the part of his hand. He's rowing with his wrist.
Yeah. So,
And just
that
like
was so
figuring it out.
BS his elimination to Mark Long on All Stars.
Well, it's also his elimination with Fessy in Total Madness, where it was the pole wrestle.
Yeah.
Go against the guy who's 6'5" and 260 pounds with two strong hands.
Yeah. So no, I mean, they may have it as just like, on day 36, this is the challenge. Yeah. But I'm flip flopping some. If I'm in production, there's no why.
Right. What's the where are we gaining?
Yeah. When you got another challenge sitting there in the shed, pull that crap out.
But I always wonder if they because they know it's like Jordan going in and they have their thing set up. I wonder if part of them's like they're having the conversation like, should we switch it to make it something that's a little more equal? But then they're like, but what if he wins?
Yeah.
And like it because that's not even like a far-fetched thing to think about with when it comes to Jordan. It'd be like,
no,
we should switch this, but what if he wins?
Jordan probably beats 60% of the house on that Mark Long elimination.
It's similar to the Jay and Leroy elimination, where it was like no one was beating Leroy, but Jay was probably one of the few people who could have.
Well, Jay would have beat anybody in the house but Leroy.
Right. Like Leroy smoked his ass.
Yeah, he did.
I miss Leroy.
I do too. I liked his picture on Instagram yesterday. He keeps his barbershop chair very clean because he's proud of what he has. Yeah,
I love it. It's like he's just a respectable dude. Love it.
He
for
is.
him.
I want him on All Stars.
Yeah.
So
please,
right?
Please, Mark. I know you're listening, Mark.
Yeah.
I know you're busy. You're wrestling. Good for you.
Yes, with help from the mouth to South Jimmy Hart.
Yeah. I saw that and I was like, oh, wow. Yeah.
He had two managers in his match.
Two managers?
Yes.
And like, he doesn't even need a mouthpiece.
I know! Like, why is this guy...
What a heel.
What a heel. He has two managers.
It's like he pays two managers to not talk. It's just him talking the entire time.
Pretty much.
But...
Yeah, Jimmy Hart's like, this guy's great. You ever watch... What's it called? The Challenge?
Yeah. But anyway, Mark, big fan. Always have been a big fan.
Yeah.
Pay whatever you need to pay to get Leroy on an All-Star season.
Well, let him know what he's getting paid to play before he gets out there.
3 weeks.
And don't change his money.
Yeah.
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 Do that.
Yeah. Bring him in. Okay, so back to this heat. Chauncey and Amber find a way to sink their boat.
Yes. Oh, well, Bananas was worried about Jay and Michelle because they have to be good at a water challenge because they were on Survivor.
Yes. But you know what? You know what? To be fair, they have the build to be good swimmers, and if you know nothing about Survivor, the one thing you will know is like, well, most of the time, a lot of their competitions are in water.
But there's plenty of survivors that are horrible at water challenges.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, lots.
Yeah.
Like I finished second on almost every challenge, every individual immunity because like I could swim.
Yeah. But yeah, so it was just insane. But like the real reason why he's afraid is like, well, we put them in. Me and Jay are not ever going to be on good terms with each other. So if they win, I don't care how good of a connection Michelle has with Nany.
Yeah.
We're going to be one of the four names. Why wouldn't we?
Yeah, we're going, and it like, if Jay and Michelle win, there's no, like, the easiest name to put up there is Bananas and Nany. Like, that is...
You called us out.
There's no blood on your hands at all.
And we'll get there. We'll get there because decisions were made.
Yeah, yes. All right, so Michelle and Jay win the first heat.
Yep.
And then it's time for the second heat. Time for the second heat. Veronica's swimming towards Antarctica. I have in my notes. I don't. I think that's geographically correct to the direction she was swimming.
I'll agree with you.
All right.
I just felt so bad for Darrell there. It's just like because she can't hear with the water like right
no,
ears, but you're just like, come on.
Yeah, and He's screaming, and TJ is loving every
Oh,
second. of it.
he's laughing.
He's like, TJ's like, is this heights? Why am I laughing so much?
Is this trivia?
Yeah.
I don't remember asking a question.
Yeah, TJ Lavin is America's treasure.
He's in his bag.
National treasure. There we go. National.
Yeah, he's in his bag right now.
Oh, I love him. So, Tori and Devin narrowly beat Kim and Colleen, which should be enough to keep them out of deliberation at least, right?
Yes. Kim though.
Kim.
You know what? These 2 episodes made me a big fan of Kim.
I know.
I do not think they're actually going to ask Kim and Colleen back because they did not get a "we'll see you in the future."
We did not get. Yeah, I don't think. Well, I mean, I feel like everything that's been good about Kim, TJ's been there for. I mean, it's not like he's done cool stuff in the house to bring them back.
Well, it sounds like he was, even though it sounds like strategy wise they didn't talk with people.
Yeah,
it sounded like people enjoyed them, and it's just like he in 5 episodes. Yeah, 5 episodes. He's provided more than Nam has in 3 seasons.
Oh yeah, I wish, because we see later Darrell say, maybe we need to make a deal with Kim and Colleen.
I thought that, and you know what? That's another decision that I think the wrong choice was made.
I wish Darrell had a conversation with Kim and Colleen.
I wish Veronica didn't choose to pick a fake friendship.
Yeah. Yeah, Anissa's not your friend. Sorry.
No, like we'll get to it because I think Veronica just knows well, we're not winning this season, so whatever. But I'm like, you're not winning the season, so mess stuff up.
Yeah. No, this game is completely different with 4 different decisions made here.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so it's between Tori and Devin and Jay and Michelle, but you could already tell, one, because of the editing, because as Jay and Michelle were doing very well, we get 3 different confessionals from Jack going, well, we're not doing well, but as long as Jay wins,
my new best friend,
we're best friends.
We they don't give us knives, but we're pretty much this close to becoming blood brothers.
Yeah. Yeah, we were actually negotiating going down to the zone and using one of the daggers.
Yes,
because Turbo's not here.
Yes, don't want too many ideas.
No ideas, Turbo.
Yeah, but yeah, we were just gonna, little slit in the hand.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, sorry, scared me. You spit and then you shake. So I would, if you were to ask me to be blood brothers, I would do my left hand and it wouldn't count.
What if I also did my left hand?
I don't know.
Would it then officially count because we both used the hand that you're not supposed to use?
I think so.
It's a double negative. So
you would have to use your left hand because I'm shaking with
you don't have to. It just be it would just be extremely awkward.
Oh. Were you ever blood brothers with somebody?
No.
Good. I respect your...
Except for my brother who's by blood.
Yeah. I respect your appreciation of hygiene.
I do what I can.
Yes. So, so Jay and Michelle win. And, at this point I was just like, whoo, I was worried because she was out on Twitter. No reason to worry now.
And they want control. We're going to make big moves. Jack's relieved. They should be safe.
Yeah.
Because Jay's my best friend.
Yeah. And if you have a best friend, tell him shave up. Support for Reality After Show is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Their products are precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped's Performance Package, the ultimate men's hygiene bundle. Join over 6 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. That's right, 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code SURVIVOR at manscaped.com. If my math's correct, that's about 12 million balls.
The Performance Package 4.0 has arrived, and oh man, is it a game changer. Inside this package, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker, ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold your goodies.
First off, the Lawnmower 4.0, this trimmer is the future of grooming, and dare I say, the greatest ball trimmer ever.
Their 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to help reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 is waterproof and has a 4000K LED spotlight that you need for a more precise shave.
Now, I have a dark shower curtain in my bathroom, and I've been looking for the perfect way to shave in the dark, kinda. Guess what? I found it. 4000K LED. No longer a problem. I got perfectly smooth, clean balls thanks to the Lawnmower 4.0.
It's time to take care of yourself, so go to manscaped.com and get 20% off and free shipping with the code SURVIVOR. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com and use the code SURVIVOR. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Thanks for sticking with us through the ad break. And don't forget, for more exclusive reality after show coverage, visit realitypatron.com. That's reality, Patron.com.
Yeah, become a patron. It's great. If you don't like it, I'll send your money back. I think you'll like it. The weekly Q&A is awesome. And speaking of live shows, which we weren't, but I am now, I'm going to be in Charlotte, North Carolina on November 30th. It is the last live Survivor viewing party that I'm doing this season. And so join me live in Charlotte at Lenny Boy Brewing. Tickets available at survivortix.com. And the week before that, Thanksgiving Eve, the biggest bar night of the year, going to be at Bolero Snort Brewery in the Meadowlands, 7 miles from Times Square. I'll be joined by, I don't know, like 15 survivors, I think. And Alex will be there. So get tickets for that at survivorhomecoming.com. Get your tickets now. VIP will sell out of both.
Perfect.
Okay. So it's time for the Burger King feast. They have the paper crowns. Now,
You have to have the paper crowns when you're on the challenge, and it's a Burger King theme.
I'm a huge fan of the paper crowns. Are you?
Oh yeah. Back when I was in my camp days, like as a counselor, we would have like a night where it was just for the counselors, and we would do this big like scavenger hunt where we would get into the vans and like drive around to get stuff. And one of the things was always go into Burger King and ask for some Burger King crowns, and everyone had to have a crown on.
Nice. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the crowns. So we learn here that survivors make big moves, kind of like Enzo.
Oh,
What?
don't start me with no. Desi was robbed. That's all I gotta say.
Well, no, but he's got a big move coming, brother.
It's coming. I got through a full season of that and a full season of Challenge USA. It's coming. It's still coming.
Oh my god.
You know what? There's a lot of build up, man. I'm concerned.
Yeah, you should be. So it's time for
Deliberation.
time for deliberation. And right out of the gate, Michelle's like, "I want Laurel out," and Jay's like, "Well, I only have one friend in the house. His name's Jack."
So I found that so strange though this time around because like Jay was very adamant about his friends at the beginning of the season with Jonny,
Yeah,
and this time he's like, I've been really building a good bond with Jack, but I understand your thoughts on Laurel, so we can make them an option. And I was like, wow.
yeah. You're choosing the wrong time to to
Right.
make the stance.
Like, I thought he would have a little bit of more of a pushback, more anything. But I feel like he's just decided that, like, I'm just letting Michelle make the calls.
So if you're watching this episode, and you're Jack, are you cool with Jay or are you not cool with Jay?
I mean, we heard from Jack himself.
Well, yeah. No, but
I won't forget for life.
yeah, but after the fact, watching the episode, because we do see in the first third of the episode, like Jay loves it. It appears as though Jay loves this guy, and I think he does.
I feel like we have to know what the rest of their time in this house is like in this season to truly know. I sort of feel like Jack's the type of person who's just like, oh, you know what, I'll be fake to your face, but like, nah,
No,
we ain't good.
we ain't good.
You
Yeah.
burn me. You burn me in a reality competition show where only one team can win. I'm done with you. We were Chinese takeout. Remember those days?
Yeah.
Emo night.
Yeah. All right. So who all's up for deliberate?
Yeah. So they picked Laurel and Jack.
Yeah.
They definitely put in Anissa and Jordan. There's like, we're putting them in. There's really no context behind that.
Nope.
Kim and Colleen, just because they're an easy team to put in there.
Which makes no sense.
No, it makes no sense when you both said, like, after the rookies go,
We're next.
it will be us.
Yeah, so that one made no... So like, the only one... Well, one of the only ones that made sense to me was Turbo... Or, sorry,
what?
Jordan...
What, pussy chicken?
Yeah, sorry. Was Jordan and Anissa.
Right. And then the big decision is, do we put Bananas and Nani in? Jay wants to put Bananas and Nani in because he doesn't have a good relationship with Bananas.
Michelle, and I don't feel like Michelle does either. And Nani,
but she has a good relationship with Nani. But like,
who
she
put her
technically,
in?
Yeah. But like, she also technically has a relationship with Anissa and Tori. But like, apparently they're not talking game when they're there. But one, I'm like, Michelle, you don't need to have a good relationship with Anissa. Just gonna let you. I'm gonna let you know that right now. It's like you can bounce her as soon as you want.
Yes.
It
would make.
She'll bounce.
It'll make dogs happy.
We ultimately see that they picked Darrell and Veronica.
Yeah.
So one thing that I was like thinking through, and I saw some of the challengers tweet about this, like mainly like from Fessel, but I think there's some context here.
Okay.
And we've seen this in past challenges where you don't necessarily go after, even if they're not on your side, you don't necessarily go after the people that you feel are the more likely teams to win a daily.
Okay.
Bananas and Nani showed they can win a daily. Like Fetzel and Raya showed that they can win a daily. Laurel and Jack have been in middle pack or worse.
Yeah.
Darrell and Veronica have not performed well. Like Colleen and Kim have performed well, but like they're an easy vote because they keep getting called into deliberation and interrogation.
Sure.
And then Anissa and Jordan is sort of just like yes, Jordan's very good. Anissa's not very good.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like you're picking a bunch of teams where it's, if they do come back, the likelihood of them actually winning a daily and being able to fire a shot back isn't as high. So then you hope that you gain some goodwill because like, hey, we didn't hit you. Let's have just like an arm stance right now. You know, I said the word wrong, but I really don't care.
Yeah.
Let's have like a pact here. It's just like, we don't shoot you, you don't shoot at us. We'll win dailies, and we move forward in the game.
But I still feel that you shoot your shot.
I feel like it wouldn't have hurt them to have called down Bananas and Nani and had that conversation in the interrogation.
Well, like,
because you have all the cover in the world of they took a shot at us.
Yeah.
Use that, like, if I'm Jay also, I'm like, that's how I'm explaining to Michelle, like, let's have them as a team. We do not have to make them the team that goes in automatically.
Yeah, we save
them.
them.
Let's have them come in and we just have the conversation. Let's hash it all out.
Yeah.
Because we want to be longer in this game. We know they want to be longer in this game. They have connections. We don't. We need a way in. Let's talk it out.
Like, I don't understand. Like, when you pick, with this format, you have to pick 4 teams. One of the 4 teams that you choose to make a deal with.
Yeah.
So, like, if that's the case, and Michelle and Jay know that this is the case, do you feel that Laurel and Jack was that team that they were gonna make? Because if they were, they horrifically explained that.
I think originally, because I feel like Michelle comes across as someone who doesn't like. She's not good with knowing people don't like her. I feel like she comes across that way. Do you have a similar read?
I mean, I don't think anyone doesn't like when people don't like.
But some people react differently when, like, there's some people who be like, oh, I don't like that you don't like me, but whatever, I'm gonna keep moving forward. I feel like when you're trapped in a house and you have that impression of someone, I feel like Michelle's the type of person like, I want to hash this out. I want to figure out what's the root of this. Because I don't want to be in this house and know that you actively dislike me.
Yeah, I think Michelle wears her heart on her sleeve, which
it's a great
I love as a friend.
Bad in the challenge.
Yeah, like I think it probably works. I think it works better on Survivor.
But I think you're right. I think in their mind, they're like, we'll bring them in, and during this interrogation, we're gonna figure out what's wrong. Is it all just in your head?
Yeah.
We'll get past it, and we'll move forward. Which is why I think Laurel just played this so bad, because Laurel isn't someone who's going to.
I don't think
sugarcoat
Laurel
things.
did play it bad.
Well, no, I mean in the sense of like ultimately protecting yourself, because like I feel like Jack's game that's good for him is he can have a conversation with you, and then like suddenly you're like, okay, we hope that they're the team that's safe. Whereas Laurel's just like, if she doesn't like you, she doesn't like you.
She doesn't like,
and like she's not going to
Jay did
give
himself
you
no
anything.
favors.
No.
Going, hey, here, like there was. I mean, I'm sure the deliberation was much longer than what we were shown.
Oh, absolutely.
So, but at the same time, what we were shown, like the opportunities that we were shown that Jay had to be like, hey, here's the deal. We didn't get the, hey, here's the deal.
Mhm.
It was just like, talk. And I'm like, no. Now it's your turn to talk.
But like I must have misheard it, because I felt maybe it didn't come across as a question, but I felt like Michelle and Jay did ask a question during that part. And then,
Laurel was not looking for a question.
right.
So, I mean, these might be the worst 4 deliberations in the history of deliberations.
Yeah, well, like Colleen and Kim, I get, because like it isn't like we just have heard that from Michelle and Jay.
Yeah,
like the constant thing is, you guys don't talk game with anyone. We don't know where your head's at, even though we don't want to take out the rookies. We don't know where you're at.
So have that conversation.
But like
hey,
they are. They're telling them there. Like each time they've been down there, the team in power's been like, we don't know where your head's at. And Colleen and Kim are like, yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You're right.
Yeah. So
I'm not gonna change.
but once they are now, like I feel like Bananas and Nani, they didn't respect the move. They're just like, oh wow, you had the chance, and that was dumb. And
I think Nani probably does. We don't get to hear it from her, but like I think, but you saw in Bananas' face.
Yeah,
he was just like, what?
Yeah, so
like,
we get more. There is a follow up, but I think initially it's just like this is, and then the entire house is like, are these the worst decisions or the worst choices ever? And then Michelle's like, I feel like I've awoken the giant, and I was just like, no, you've awoken the middle of the pack mediocre giants for no reason.
Yeah,
the only people you could have potentially worked with, you awoke them.
So it's like, I've seen it and I get it. It's like the move should have been like, if you're in Michelle, even though Michelle has good outside of game relationships with a lot of these people, the move is you put Naz and Nani, Anissa, Jordan, Tori and Devin, and like Casey and Kenny. Like,
yeah,
put in the most recent winner
and make a deal,
vet teams,
and make a deal with Nani and Bananas.
Right, either them or Tori and Devin. It's like you make a deal with one or the other. But like the Anissa Jordan one, they're just upset because they were called. Like, there's nothing that was bad about them getting picked because that made sense. I think they're more upset like, you picked us or you didn't pick the others.
That's all there was to that. And I would really like Jay and Jordan to be allies.
I feel like they would have stuff in common.
I do too.
But I don't know. There's just a vibe with Jay.
Which is so weird. Have you ever met Jay?
I've never met Jay, and I've heard he's fantastic.
He is.
But I think for some reason this challenge house, it's just like, I think like people enjoy him, but they're not like, well, I want to work with him.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, because like when you meet him, he's just like you're just like, I love Jay.
Yeah. But the other underlying story, because we get the Michelle thing of like, oh, we should have an IOU now from Bananas 9. You're not going to get that IOU. I'm going to just tell you.
Well, he says they'll repay the favor, and I'm just like, no, he's not.
And you don't make the deal with the devil. Like, Bananas is sort of like...
Well, he's a snaky snake.
He's a snaky snake, but you also have to think of him sort of like the whole gimmick with MJF. It's like because Bananas has also used that quote in Challenge lore of the biggest secret is like being the devil. It's like whatever that quote is. It's like the biggest lie is saying the devil doesn't exist.
Yeah.
when you're the devil.
When you're the devil.
And like that's his whole thing. It's like, I'm going to say whatever they need to hear.
Yeah.
And the first moment that I have where I feel like I need to put them in, I'm putting them in.
I'm putting them in.
But
Yeah, I don't even think they get one pass. I think the first opportunity that he has is just like, yeah, sorry.
I think I think it's in their mind. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, they will respect the IOU. I think it really depends on the timing of if they win, because we're seeing in the preview, it sounds like there's some miscommunication going between Nani and Bananas, but I'm sure that'll be rectified. The other underlying story,
yeah.
The other underlying story that we're having here is the Veronica and Anissa relationship.
Yeah,
where Anissa's like, oh, it's this unspoken thing. We have a very entangled history with each other. Involves Anissa pretty much outing Veronica on a challenge season, not to Veronica's permission. So I'm sort of like, that's like one of the last few things I remember of their relationship. I'm like, why do you think you're on such great terms with each other?
Yeah,
because you're not. And Veronica's like, we're not on good terms. Like, you don't have my interests at heart.
No,
you have all these other people. And so I thought this is building up to like, I'm going to stab her in the back. First chance I get, she's getting a wake-up call. And, do we want to do the conversation before we head over to the zone?
Your call.
Michelle has a very awkward conversation with Laurel.
Yes. Okay. Michelle thinks maybe she created this Laurel animosity in her head.
No,
you didn't. No,
you're just realizing it's a reality.
Yeah, Laurel does not like you at all. Like, so yeah. And before that, Jack says the only move is the rookie team. And I was like, okay, well, we'll see. So we get going into the zone. We have all my friends. We had the Heathen song from 21 Pilots, which I own every 21 Pilots album, but I do not own the Heathen song because it was on the Suicide Squad soundtrack.
Yeah.
So, but I love it. So yeah. So we get that for everyone talking about going into the zone. We have Lennox Lewis. We have a bunch of washed up boxers.
Snoop Dogg's high as a kite.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, he's here for guest color commentary.
Yeah, they would have invited the Black Keys, but they're on tour. So it's all the heavy hitters. So TJ has
they because they didn't have the Black Keys. They brought back for one last time.
Oh.
Chinese takeout.
Oh wow! Wow.
It was not a good performance.
Oh, they were off. They were not in tune. So no, I blame the guitar player.
It was like bringing Oasis back together.
Oh wow, the Gallagher brothers. Stop! You can't. So yeah. So TJ has a smaller scarf. So that's good.
Smaller scarf this time.
Yes. So it's Laurel and Jack going in, and Jack does not take this well. You have the quote? You have the deciphered quote?
You effing rat.
Oh.
I didn't hear all of it because there was multiple bleep words.
It was just beep, 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 beep.
And he did tweet that was the East Coast in me.
So
I guess he's like New York.
Yeah.
Like style East Coast.
Yeah.
You effing rat.
Yeah. So it's time to pull daggers. Darrell and Veronica are safe.
By default.
And Veronica did not get assurance from Anissa. And I'm like, yes, but all right, don't say that.
And then save them.
Because like what they're just sitting there going, hey, she was kind of on the bubble on this. Let's remember that.
No, the wrong decision was made here. Like, Darrell was right. Like, save the other team that's also constantly getting called in.
Yeah.
Like, so save Colleen and Kim. Let Anissa and Jordan go down there. You're guaranteed to lose at least one really good like challenge competitor in either Laurel or Jordan.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Like, and Colleen and Kim are now like, okay, we have a group that we can work with.
Yeah. Along with potentially Jay and Michelle.
Right. Like there's and Olivia and Horatio. Like there's all these people that you could potentially join forces with, create a counter alliance. No, I
No.
I have to put my old friendships first, and I'm gonna save you. Which like they get up and Anissa's like, I didn't even realize that. I thought we didn't even need to say anything. Which bad on you, Anissa.
Yep.
The best thing about your game has always been your social and political game.
That you didn't bother to have a 2-minute conversation.
And also, you should be doing more work with your friends. Your friends. Because Anissa, let's be real, you call everyone your friend.
Yeah.
Let's also be real. And Nelson even called it out, and I know it was directed at her. Fake friendships.
Yep.
Fake friendships.
There you go.
Fake person.
Whoa! Shots fired.
Fake podcasts.
Oh wow! Please. Oh,
I have to get my digs in.
I know. I like them. I'm for them. So, yeah. So
Yes, Colleen and Kim versus Laurel and Jack. It's Give Me Some Slack, which is a giant wall in the middle of the zone. After they finished the performance of Chinese Takeout, they had to lower the stage and bring up this wall. It's a mini aggro crack, if you all remember Guts.
yes.
I know it's not an aggro crack, but the colorfulness made me think of aggro crack.
Sure. So,
But yeah, so on one side you have all these like a big version of all like the pegs you would have on a rock wall with all different colors and symbols, and on the other side you have the actual pegs that you have to retrieve and have your partner communicate what's what, so that they could then replicate it on this little board, get a check, first team to do it wins.
yes. So, and real quick before we went to the challenge, I have in my notes. I love watching no one make big moves and then go home in a couple weeks. Oh wait, I hate it, and that's exactly what I feel is going to happen with Jay, Michelle, and Veronica and Darrell.
I feel that more with Veronica and Darrell than Michelle and Jay, because like at least with Michelle and Jay, like they have still been like not a focal point, but like they're present in the episodes.
Yeah, but it might be a third.
But it's a different type of present than what we got from Colleen and Kim.
It's true.
It's like Colleen and Kim, they would be present because like, oh, they're gonna be prone into deliberation.
So you have to give just enough.
Like the first confessional was Michelle on the season.
That's true.
So like I feel like I don't think they get to the final, but I think they have to get like a decent chunk of the way for the season.
I'm for it.
Like I'm curious now. Like, and that's the thing, is like bad gameplay is more interesting to me because it's like, well, how do you come back from it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, this could have easily been a 40-minute podcast, but the fact that we've saw potentially every wrong decision ever made, we're an hour, 7 minutes in and we're not done.
Yeah. And I love Anissa also like shading Veronica. Like now everyone sees what type of player Veronica is. I'm like, well, if anyone's watched the challenge, you know what type of player Veronica is. She's not afraid to more times than not shake the game up and make a move that's in her best interest, which is like what you should do.
Yeah, what you do.
Oh, what a surprise! Veronica doesn't pretend to be friends with everybody.
Weird.
What?
Yeah. So, and we do see while the challenge is happening, Horatio wants Laurel to stay. Fessel wants Colleen to stay. And so someone's going to be heartbroken.
Man, Fessel's heart just constantly getting broken these last few weeks, losing his love interests one by one. You know what? Actually, I take it back. Should we be afraid of this for Michelle and Laurel?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they were the two of the four women that they had Fessel connected to.
Oh, and they're still in the mix.
Well, they're at least cuddling. Because remember, Fessel said Horatio's second boyfriend.
Yeah, sorry, Horatio. I don't.
And we do see that on the next time on.
Oh yeah, next time on both. So, anyway, Laurel and Jack win
after a lot of miscommunication at first, and I was like, because at the first half of this elimination, I'm like, does Jack suck?
Maybe
because it was like all he had to do was hold his position, and he wasn't even able to hold his position. And I'm like, he's constantly falling. Laurel's yelling at him.
Oh yeah,
classic Laurel yelling.
Yes.
Brings me to my favorite season of her Free Agents, where she's yelling at Zach because he's dying on a mountain.
Yeah, it happens.
And she's like, can I just disconnect from him and keep going by myself?
She's a trooper. So,
love it.
yeah, Laurel and Jack win, and Michelle and Jay, they explained that they did about as bad as you can with a daily win, and on a scale of 1 to 10, Michelle gives them a 2.
Honestly, I found this adorable. Of her just like going through it. I was like, a 1 of 10. Like, how do we get? I'll give myself a 2. I'm gonna crawl in a hole and die. I'm very upset right now, but I'll give us a 2.
Yeah.
And quick question for you: do you think they make Colleen and Kim have to communicate in English?
No.
Because like all we hear is them talking in English to each other. That's the only thing I'm wondering, because I'm like, if they were allowed to speak in their first language, I
Yeah.
wonder if the communication's easier.
Maybe. I mean, that's a possibility.
This isn't like known things. It's just something I just like think of. I'm like, because when you're not American or like English is not your native language, I feel like there's still some sort of barrier, no matter how
That
proficient
could be
you
a
are.
challenge thing, because I know, like, on Survivor South Africa, sometimes you'll hear them go into like briefly go into that other language, and I don't know if production stops them or whatever, but you do catch little glimpses of that, and I'm like, whoa, you're not including me. I'm
It's
over
supposed
here.
to be all inclusive.
Yeah.
English.
Yes, the Queen's language, or King's one. I don't even know. So yeah. So we see that Kim and Colleen only get one piece wrong. Fessel has lost his cuddle buddy. Don't worry, he'll find another one. And Laurel finishes with "How you like me now?" But like,
How you like me now?
I didn't like how it was. Like, I was just like, ooh, I don't.
That's like just her. That's always gonna be Laurel. Like her adrenaline always just runs high.
Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't see it. So in War of the Worlds, I think it was one or two. She gets eliminated early on in an elimination where she put like you had to like go through like this little like rock wall, and you had to put like all these pegs into the wall in very specific spots, and she ended up putting like the last piece in a spot that she wasn't supposed to, but it was like it's controversial because there was a spot for her to be able to do it.
Yeah.
So she wins, and she's getting brought down on the Caribbean, and she's doing the suck it,
The DX chops.
yeah, like tongue out, like full thrust,
X-Pac chops,
like full X-Pac chops.
Yeah.
Only to find out
X-Pac
that they have to
little
redo it, and
chops.
she loses.
Oh.
Yeah, so like that was part of like her thing where she says like because she's very happy. She's like, the last 2 eliminations I was in, I lost. So this gets me back on the winning streak, which she's now the 3rd challenge woman competitor to get 10 elimination wins, and she has like she's 10-2 in elimination, which is one of the best records. Period.
Wow. Good on you. So as I said, I would like Laurel more if her sights weren't set on my friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, good episode. As I said, so much to talk about.
So much to talk about, and you know what? We're here for it.
Yeah. So Alex, where can we find you on social media?
I'm not sure. If you're a video listener, you see it, but it's Trias95. I don't tweet that much on Elon Musk's Twitter. I am not Twitter Blue verified.
Oh, you're not. You don't have an extra $8?
No, I do not have an extra $8 a month.
Yeah, I did love waking up to see like my feed. My feed usually has like everyone's stuff, and like the day of Blue, it was only the verified people whose stuff showed up, and I had to click over to see everyone else's.
Yeah.
And I was like, stop
my favorite part is going on to the verified accounts, and you can see who's actually verified and who paid for
does it show that?
Oh yeah, it'll say like this account's verified because of their notoriety or whatever, like being famous. If you paid for it, it says this person is verified because they are subscribed to Twitter Blue.
Oh wow.
And there were some people like pretending to be verified, and people fact checked immediately, like putting screenshots of like, no, you purchased your little blue check mark.
That's so
you
sad.
loser.
Wow. Oh my God. There's so many people that have been waiting for that blue check, and they're just like, ooh, I got it. Like no one's gonna know. And it's just like, oh, but we know.
No. You know what? I like that decision at least.
That is my favorite part of any of this. So because there's so many people that shouldn't have a check anyways.
Oh no. And you know the issues are going to happen from anyone being able to grab a check mark.
Oh, all right, I'm for it. All right, so I'm Jonny Fairplay at Jonny Fairplay across all my social media. No H and Johnny, and see me live in 2 weeks. I'm going to be in New Jersey, the Meadowlands, Bolero Snort Brewery. Me and a bunch of survivors. Thanksgiving Eve. It's the biggest bar night of the year. We'll be watching Survivor, and tickets available at survivorhomecoming.com. It's also the debut of my new beer. Can't say what it is, but it's pretty awesome. Actually saw the can today.
Ooh.
And so get ready. It's going to be quite a treat. And then my last viewing party for this season's Survivor, I will be in Charlotte, North Carolina, November 30th at at Lenny Boy Brewing in Charlotte. And tickets for that, survivortix.com. So that's Survivor Homecoming for Thanksgiving Eve, survivorhomecoming.com for Thanksgiving Eve, and then survivortix.com, that's survivortix.com for November 30th in Charlotte. And become a patron. It's the best way to support the podcast. If you try it for a month, if you don't like it, I'll send your money back. So thank you, Alex. Thank you, everyone. And until next time, bye. And for more bonus content, go to realitypatron.com. That's right, become a patron now. Get additional coverage of all your favorite shows, the weekly Q&A, and you become a member of the secret, exclusive Facebook group. That's realitypatron.com.